he decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the fucking country, left all my friends, my bands behind to support his ass.
Almost ruined my life. I'm moving to the middle of nowhere for an F-boy.
Don't be a silly girl.
I moved 3,000 miles across the country for this person, and so he waits until just after our 7-year anniversary to, first of all, abandon me. He left all my friends, my bands behind, my friends.
Story time about how I almost ruined my life. I'm moving to the middle of nowhere for an F-boy. Ever since I could hold a pen, I knew I was destined to live in New York to become a writer. So when I met my college sweetheart, I was happy to find out we both had dreams of going to the same place. All my other college friends got to date and explore the scene. Not me. I gave this man all 4 of my college years that I could never get back. I met his family, we played house, did all the things without the ring. Graduation rolls around, and instead of proposing, he decided for the both of us that we weren't going to New York anymore. We were going to go to his hometown so he could go to law school in Michigan. Y'all, Michigan is so cold. Do you know they have negative degrees? Mind you, he could have applied to law schools anywhere in the country. I would have compromised and been open to other states, but there were no job opportunities in my field in Michigan. It was 10 hours away from my entire family. The only friends there would be his friends. His city definitely didn't have a poetry scene. I would be sacrificing everything, and what was he giving up? And that's what women are often expected to do. Sacrifice, build their dreams, support their careers, let the man lead. Even a man without a ring. He was gonna lead me straight into a fire. Knowing what I know now, we definitely would have broken up anyways. Girl, I would have been stuck there alone, eating cheese and surviving that Midwest winter. I packed 2 suitcases and moved to New York without him. And I got my dream job writing for a major company. Got to enjoy the trash New York City dating scene that I didn't get to experience in college. Some of these men had me head over heels, something I never thought I could feel without my ex. And others were not so great, but I learned a lot. I turned those lessons into poems and gained confidence by performing in front of hundreds of people. And then one accidentally went viral. Now I'm selling out shows. I worked with an international brand, touring, and opening for some of my favorite poets. I also wrote my first book, and I can't believe I almost gave that up for his dream to become a lawyer. He didn't even finish law school. I'm not even saying that moving for a relationship never works out. Just make sure you don't lose yourself, especially in your 20s. Right now, you are single until you are married. Enjoy your 20s. Choose yourself. And let me know, do you want a part 2 about how I moved to New York without him? I could do a whole story time.
Hey y'all, welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. So let's talk about this young lady who basically ended her entire life to follow a man across the country after being with him for 7 years, only being his girlfriend for 7 years, right? First of all, that's way too long for you.
This is why I believe that you have to stop centering men in your life. Stop making all of these wife-like sacrifices for boyfriends. It's different if, you guys are a couple and you guys together as a family decided to move, but you're doing all this, you're chasing a boyfriend 3,000 miles away, you're going to the school that he's going to, you're giving up jobs and careers and opportunities that you could benefit from for him. Like, some men will always have you in sacrifice mode. She was willing to give up her family and friends and do all of this for him. And what was he able to do? And some men will wait until you've given it all up for them. That's when they want to leave. Because I know whatever issue he had with her, he had that issue years ago back wherever they were. But he allowed her to move 3,000 miles, and that's when he decided to show out. I think so many women do this because you're trying to show him that you could be a ride or die. You're trying to show him that you could be loyal. You're auditioning. This is what I'm saying. You are auditioning. She's mad because 7 years of auditioning, 7 years of proving herself, 7 years of showing him that she will do anything for him. It still wasn't good enough. That's what she's really mad about. That she gave it all up for him. That's why you cannot lose yourself in a relationship. And a man that truly loves you will never allow you to let you give up that much for them. What has he given up? As long as you're in sacrifice mode, a man is not going to stop you. This is why you don't embrace the long-term girlfriend life if you know you want to be a wife. He'll let you waste as much time as you're willing to waste. Stop auditioning for these men by showing them how much you'll lose yourself in them, how much you'll give to them, how much you'll sacrifice to them, because all they're ever going to do is let you.
Fucking country, left all my friends, my bands behind to support his ass.
Now, I have to start this off by saying, of course, no hate, no shade to that creator. But I love when I see videos like this, and it just proves my point. Because when I told y'all, you single until you marry, ain't no ring on my finger, I can do whatever I want, and y'all in the comments like, well, how are you supposed to be chose to be a wife if you don't act like a wife while you're dating? That's y'all problems now. Y'all sit up there, y'all censor y'all lives around men, you move across the country for him, you have his kids, you cook, you clean, you wipe his ass for him, hoping to be chose to be a wife. Oh, please make me a wife out of a girlfriend. And then y'all end up like that creator. 10 years later, no ring, nothing to show for it. He up and leaves you when he's ready to, because that's what men do. And women are so programmed to be, oh, I'm just waiting until I get chose. But when I say stuff like you're single until you married, y'all be acting lost. Y'all be like, what do you mean, sis? That's so stupid. Okay, we'll see who's stupid in the end. I mean...
I moved 3,000 miles across the country for this person, and so he waits until...
My heart absolutely goes out to this woman and the many, many women who can relate to her. I am confident that majority of us have a story about a time where we almost moved for somebody, or we did move for somebody only to be abandoned or to realize like, whoa, this is a bad decision, and then not do it. It wasn't until I was maybe like nearing the end of med school and about to graduate that I realized, why is it that all these men that I've talked to that are either doctors or becoming doctors can use the excuse of like, well, I did medical school, or I'm in residency and I can't move and you have to move for me, and I worked so hard for this career, like you have to support me. Why they can say that, but women can't. Or women are villainized for saying it if they do. It's not a woman's fault if she has been conditioned to believe that she needs to adjust her entire life to a man's life and just like incorporate herself into it. Uproot herself if she has to. Sacrifice who she is and what she does if she has to. But God forbid that a man sacrifices something for her. It's laughable because I no longer think that way, and I'm so glad I don't, but it actually hit me. And I remember arguing with people about this, like fighting with them, being like, why do I have to keep moving for people? Why do I have to keep adjusting? We have the same career, the same level of education, we're putting in the same work. I'm eventually going to be a resident too. Why am I accommodating my whole life for them, and they're not even considering doing it for me? I repeat, they're not even considering doing it for me. The thought doesn't cross their mind. I do not blame this woman. I do not blame any woman for accommodating and sacrificing and adjusting and incorporating herself into another man's life, because that's what we've been conditioned to believe that we have to do in order to be married or in a relationship. And I'm glad the narrative is shifting. I'm glad it's changing, but it wasn't always like that. We're learning and we're growing. And she is too. So I commend her for it.
Friends, my band's behind to support his...
I really hate this for this young lady. Stop trying to be a husband or a wife to your boyfriend or girlfriend. Just stop doing that. You're wasting your time because you get no security if all things fail. The man that's meant for you is out there. He will come searching for you. You don't need to be trying to be chosen, baby. Don't do that. And if the man that you want is not looking your way, ready to marry you up, y'all aren't meant. Like, don't be a fake person just to get his attention. Because I see that as a problem. Stop trying to be chosen.
He decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the fucking country, left all my friends, my band's behind to support his ass.
Now I have to start this off by saying, of course, no hate, no shade to that creator. But I love when I see videos like this and it just proves my point. Cause when I told y'all you single until you marry, ain't no ring on my finger, I can do whatever I want. And y'all in the comments like, well, how are you supposed to be chose to be a wife if you don't act like a wife while you're dating? That's y'all problems now. Y'all sit up there, y'all censor y'all lives around men, you move across the country for him, you have his kids, you cook, you clean, you wipe his ass for him, hoping to be chose to be a wife. Oh, please make me a wife out of a girlfriend. And then y'all end up like that creator. 10 years later, no ring, nothing to show for it. He up and leaves you when he's ready to, because that's what men do. And women are so programmed to be, oh, I'm just waiting until I get chose. But when I say stuff like you're single until you married, y'all be acting lost. Y'all be like, what do you mean, sis? That's so stupid. Okay, we'll see who's stupid in the end. I mean...
So he waits until.
So I seen the original video last night and I was just like, oh girl, facepalm. And absolutely no hate to the original creator. I feel bad for her situation because that sucks. And absolutely no hate to the person that did the response video, because great points, and I agree. But my thing is, there's a lot of people saying, this is why, you don't do stuff on a girlfriend budget, which I totally agree, because I've been there, and it did not go well for me. I ended up with a lot of headaches and a lot of trauma, and I was like, never again. And there's a lot of people saying that, hey, this way, you gotta wait, you gotta ring on your finger until you're married to do all this stuff, and it's like, I don't know. Like, have we not been seeing all these videos of these married women that are dealing with the weaponized incompetence? Have we not seen the videos of the married women with kids that are pretty much raising their kids alone? You know what I mean? And they're really like struggling because their husbands just stopped giving a fuck. So I don't know, man, whether you're in a relationship or you are like married with a ring on your finger, if they're gonna do you dirty, they're gonna do you dirty regardless. The only difference is that, when you're married and you get divorced and you guys can, figure out stuff with your finances and your house and stuff like that. Like, there's some security with it. And well, if you're in a relationship and you get played, then you got no choice but to pick up your shit and dip. Well, yeah, honestly, like, whether you're in a relationship, single, you're about to get married, or you're married, you gotta make sure that your finances are set and locked down. Because if you get played or some shit like this happens, you're good.
He decided to wait until we'd been together 7 years, until I moved across the.
So this came on my feed, and I want to comment on it from my point of view as a divorce attorney. Most people are saying, oh, like, if you are a girlfriend, you don't do wife shit while you're a girlfriend. And this woman's saying, well, until you got a ring on your finger, then don't do, wife shit. Or if you got a ring until you got a ring on your finger, your man's gonna leave you. But based on my line of work, whether you got a ring on your finger or you don't got a ring on your finger, if that man wants to leave, he is gonna leave. Or if you want to leave, you're gonna leave, whether you got a ring on your finger or not. A ring is no guarantee. Marriage is no guarantee. Because if that were the case, I wouldn't have any work. So if you want to move across the country, do it for yourself. Don't do it for a man. Or if you do it for a man, just understand the risk involved, whether you're married or not. Plus, it keeps irking me that she kept saying chose. You want to be chose? And she doesn't know who I am, so at the risk of her not even seeing this video, it's chosen. If you want to be chosen. That is enough. Goodbye.
Moved across the fucking country, left all my friends, my bands behind to support his.
I really hate this for this young lady. Stop trying to be a husband or a wife to your boyfriend or girlfriend. Stop doing that. You're wasting your time because you get no security if all things fail. The man that's meant for you is out there. He will come searching for you. You don't need to be trying to be chosen, baby. Don't do that. And if the man that you want is not looking your way, ready to marry you up, y'all aren't meant. Like, don't be a fake person just to get his attention. Because I see that as a problem. Stop trying to be chosen.
Good afternoon. I had to come on and wanted to send a message to the young lady who posted a video about her boyfriend abandoning her after they've been together 7 years. And she moved across the country and she gave up everything. I just want to tell you that there is someone out there for you that's going to appreciate you. And I know there's a lot of videos that have been stitched and it seems like people are fussing at you, but actually they're giving you advice about how not to empty yourself out for another person. You're giving this person all of you, but you're not noticing that they're not giving all of themselves. So I think this experience is going to help you to become stronger. It's going to help you to pick out the person that's going to be all in like you are. But take time to heal. Take time to rediscover you and what interests you, what motivates you. And I believe before you know it, the person that is for you and you know that that person is for you will definitely appear. But take time to rediscover yourself. Take time to heal. And I know that your page is private, but I hope you get this message. And just know that all of your aunties and best friends forever out here, we have your back. You know, so it may seem like we're fussing, but we're giving you some valuable advice. Be blessed.
Years, right? First of all, that's way too long for you to even waste your life being somebody's girlfriend for 7 years without having a ring on your finger. That's one thing. And then second thing is the fact that she dropped every single thing to follow this man, and he waited until she got where she was vulnerable. She was, isolated from her family, from her friends, from things that she actually enjoy and love, and probably in a country where she doesn't even speak the language, to be with this man. And he left her. He broke up with her there. And I was almost in this same situation, let me tell you. So I was seeing this guy from Romania, and we would talk about all these shoo things about how we're going to do this and do that. He was building a house in Romania, and I would, we were seeing each other. Everything was great. This man was, let's just say, he was a good, he was good with the money, okay? So he would like give me money whenever I need. Whenever I'm with him, I don't even have to worry about my wallet. I'll just be with him. I have my ID. I don't have to worry about my wallet. This man never asked me to pay for one thing until like later on into the relationship, when he decided, oh well, you never offered to pay, not even for a drink, right? Anyway, so we were seeing each other, and he was promising me all these things. He's building a house in Romania, which I know is true. He's building a house in Romania, and he wanted me to move to Romania with him, and because when he came here, he came in a situation where once he was stable in America, he wanted to go to Romania because it's a bit cheaper to live in Romania, especially if you have American dollar, because he have a company here. So then he will go to Romania and build and have his house over there. He's building his house, and he's talking about, oh, we should move to Romania and I'm like, sir, first of all, I don't have no ring on my finger, okay, and I don't speak Romanian, and I do not know anybody over there except I would know your mom and your dad, but that's about it. And on top of that, you're telling me that they don't even have like black people, barely any black people in Romania. And next to his mom's house is a couple, I guess, a Romanian lady who had a daughter with like a black man, and I guess she was like the token black girl over there. She's like this mixed child, and they're like, oh my god, just basically just looking at her as if she's like in a museum or something, something amazing, because they don't see like dark-skinned people over there that much. That's what he's saying, right? And I'm like, sir, I'm not moving to no fucking Romania with you. First of all, I don't even have a ring on my finger, and he already knew that the way that I am is, unless I have a ring on my finger, that's how I am. Unless I have a ring on my finger and I have your last name, or we have papers together, we have buildings together, we are literally just seeing each other. I'm not your wife, I'm not your girlfriend really, because unless I have a ring on my finger, right? So I'm like, we're not moving to Romania. Why am I moving to Romania with you, and the only person that I will know is you, and maybe your family, your mom and your dad, yes, but that's about it. And yeah, I've talked to his sister here and there, but I don't know anybody over there, and no one over there really speaks English unless they travel to the US or to other places. But I'm not moving to a different place with you where I'm gonna feel like I'm stuck, and plus it's hours and hours of traveling, like flights, to get to Romania. So if I need something from my family, how am I going to get in contact with them? Yes, I'll be in contact with them, but how am I going to reach them if I need something? And how am I going to communicate if I'm like in trouble? And especially, I know how men can be, like they will wait until you are vulnerable to basically do stuff, you know what I mean, to basically mistreat you. And yes, he's a good man here as far as I know, but when we get to Romania and you're in your comfort zone, I don't know how you're going to react. I don't know how you're going to be. And especially he's talking about, oh well, you know, oh I hate it here because in Romania I got girls who would literally wait in line to be with me. Really, sir? You got girl, and you could barely get a girl here unless you got money. But you got girls in Romania who are literally waiting in line to be with you. And so that means that once I get to Romania, you're gonna have all these girls waiting in line, and I'm gonna be in the house, stuck in the house. I don't know how to get there. And plus on top of that, his parents live like very close to the mountains and all that, so I'll be like somewhere in the boondocks, in the mountains somewhere, you know, and I won't be able to really do what I want to do. Yes, I could still be able to do my like online stuff online, but I don't know. I think it's just the most dangerous thing to leave your comfort zone, to move with a man not secure. I would even do that after we're married, because I'll have to know that place. It would have to be like a place where we mutually we both are comfortable with. It's not going to be me moving in into your world and then I'm leaving my world behind so I can be stuck with you, you know. I don't know, maybe I'm just like, I have like fear of commitment, but honestly I just don't know. I just don't see myself doing something like that where like I would drop everything, especially like if a man is abusive. I'm not saying that he was not abusive at all. Good men. Well, not all the time, but but yeah, if a man is abusive, now it's going to be more abusive, because now you have no one to rescue you if you need help, especially you don't speak the language. You're fucked, basically. So I would not recommend it to anyone to do that. I feel for this girl. The way she was crying, I can feel the fear and the sadness in her voice, because now she's just going through it and she's stuck in a country where she doesn't know anything, and this man who she thought loved her just left her there. That's you know, that's crazy. That's crazy. Anyways, that's my little intake. That's my little commentary on that, moving to a different country with a man that you're not even married to, let alone married to, let alone not even being married to. That's even more crazy. So anyways, that's my little take on that. I hope you enjoyed the previous videos of other people's commentary on this situation. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.